Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. We're back in the regular setup. Vacation is over. It was great, but I'm good to be home. Glad to be home. Glad to be getting back to everything here. We did get one new card revealed today. I'm pretty happy this is one of the only things revealed while I was gone, so we didn't miss too much there. But it is the final card for the Duelist pack, Duelist of Brilliance. That's the light Duelist pack. It's the final card for the XYZ support, XYZ support. That seems to pair really nice with ABC. I think they have legit rogue potential going forward into like future formats when these cards get printed. And let's get into it. So this is a trap card. This is kind of what I expected. We saw the set numbers and we had, they all went in straight order. I think like from whatever the numbers were, 23 to 29 or whatever the 6 we knew were in straight order. So it was either one random monster at the very beginning of the support or one trap card at the very end of the support. It does end up being a trap card. Let's get into it. This is A to Z Energy Load, Energy Load. By the way, I love the artwork on this card. I love that it has ABC Buster Dragon as well as the XYZ, the new XYZ Contact Fusion as well. It's really, really cool. Okay, A to Z Energy Load. This is a normal trap card. You can only use the first and second effects once per turn. When your opponent activates a card or effect, draw cards equal to the number of level 8 or higher light machine fusion monsters you control. Second effect, during your standby phase, you can banish this card from your graveyard to shuffle up to 6 of your banished light machine monsters into the deck, including a union monster. Okay, so we got a draw card here. I'm not gonna beat around the bush here. I think this card is not gonna be worth seeing play in the deck in the most competitive forms. You're going to play more casual, sure. I think the one thing that is worth mentioning here is cards like Union Scramble, or what's the other one? It's Carry Out or Load Out, or I can't remember what the other trap card is that's like a Union support card. And then this card, A to Z Energy Load. They all fell into that category of like unsearchable random trap card, but it's a trap, so you don't want to play multiples of it, and it's really slow anyway. But at least we can say now that we do have the new enemy controller fusion monster that does search any spell or trap that has union monster in its text. So now this card becomes searchable. I think it's Carry Out, but I can't remember the exact name of that card. It's not that important because I don't think that card's super playable now anyway. Or Union Scramble. That still to me is probably the best of the 3, Union Scramble. But again, it's just too slow. You need that card to get you into your plays, not follow-up plays. All in all, this card's super mid to me anyway, because I think if you get hand trapped once or twice, you may only be able to end on one of the 2 contact fusions anyway. If you go full combo, you should be able to end on both if you're playing like the full, you know, ABC XYZ deck. But if you hand trap once or twice, you may not be able to get all the materials for both set up, in which case this card is an upstart goblin that only triggers when your opponent activates an effect. And they're going to activate an effect, but it does mean you don't get to like start, you know what I mean? It does just add another little barrier for this card. And then the second effect, like the fact that it just puts them back and nothing else, that's like only for scenarios where like you use ABC Dragon Buster, you use its effect to like on the opponent's turn to like return all of the pieces to your field, and your opponent like called by the Graves because it treats itself as cost, or just whatever, you know what I mean, like whatever negate they might have for that to keep you from getting that in rotation. But they would have to do that, I feel like, multiple times, because Dragon Buster does that, and the new XYZ guy also gives you the ability to replenish your field of those materials. So they would like, I just don't see a world where like that's really the biggest concern, is having too many banished light machines. So I don't really get it. This card's just not nearly good enough. I'd already look at Union Scramble over this card. This card's probably a wash for me. To be fair, I already thought the support was good enough where this card didn't need to be great, so I wasn't expecting much, but I was kind of hoping it'd be something. It didn't need to be amazing, but like, even if it was just a nice utility one-of, I'm not sure this card's good enough as a utility one-of to play it. But it is what it is. So that's where I land on it. Nothing crazy, nothing out of this world. If you want to play a more casual version of the deck, this is another card to add to that arsenal. I just don't think it'll be worth playing in the regular version, so, or the competitive version, I should say. But yeah, that's basically it. Pretty simple, straightforward card. Just a little bit too slow, a little bit too underwhelming on the effects anyway. If you're going to be slow, you need to be super powerful. We've seen cards like Daruma Karma Cannon be pretty strong, but that's because the effect is so powerful that it supersedes being so slow. It's strong enough going second or going first where it's fine enough, even though it is a really slow card. This card doesn't quite hit that same level, so even though it is technically searchable now. But yeah, there you go. Those are my thoughts on that. Let me know your thoughts down below if you think it's a little better than I'm giving it credit for. If there's any specific synergies that I'm not thinking of off the top of my head, these are just my initial reactions. Please throw that in the comment section down below. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on that. But yeah, other than that, feels good to be back. Happy to get back to this regular swing of things. I will be remaking the video that I made before I left. I made a bunch of videos before I left. I kind of had to rush to do them like literally the day before we left, and so that one happened to slip through the cracks that the audio wasn't there for that. And you guys have seen over the course of the last couple of years, every once in a while a video slips through the cracks like that. I will have a new one recorded and uploaded later this week probably, so stay tuned for that. So apologies if you were excited for that, just know it's still coming, and hopefully one that actually has audio. But anyway, I'm out of here for today. Thank you so much for watching as always, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.